Good morning, members of the MAG Intelligent Transportation Systems Committee. This meeting is now called to order. For those around the table, please turn on your microphone when speaking. For those participating via Zoom, please state your name when making a comment or asking a question. The MAG public comment process allows members of the public to comment on items on today's agenda or on items that fall under MAG's jurisdiction. If you would like to comment at today's meeting, please fill out a request to speak card located at the counter to the right as you enter the room and give it to MAG staff. If you parked in the garage, parking validators are also available at the counter. If you purchased a transit ticket to come to the meeting, please see staff for a ticket. We will now begin the meeting with a roll call of all members.
Tony Abbo, City of Glendale.
Present.
Susan Anderson, ADOT.
Present.
Hugh Biak, City of Goodyear. Micah Henry, City of Mesa.
Present.
Elisa Dole, City of Chandler.
Here.
Albert Garcia, City of Surprise.
Present.
Ellie Volson, City of Tempe.
Present.
Michael Hunt, Arizona Department of Public Safety. Hong Ho, City of Scottsdale. Kieran Jordan, FHWA.
Present.
Bruce Littleton, City of Phoenix.
Present.
David Lucas, MCDOT.
Here.
Steve McKenzie, City of Peoria.
Present.
Eduardo Rodales, City of Maricopa. Marshall Regal, Town of Queen Creek.
Here. Here.
Thank you. Raquel Schatz, City of Apache Junction.
Present, or here, I guess, online.
Thank you. Wards,
Here.
yes, Ward Stanford, City of Avondale. Thank you. Mike Sutton, Town of Gilbert.
Present.
Chris Wanamaker, Pinal County. Sorry, John Kraft, Pinal County. Tessa Wessel, City of El Mirage.
Here.
John Willett, City of Buckeye.
Here.
Shuasong Zhou, Arizona State University.
Present.
Marty Zeik, Valley Metro.
Here.
Mr. Chair, that completes the roll call, and we do have quorum.
Thank you. Our next item is a call to the audience. This is the opportunity for the public to comment that fall under MAG's jurisdiction that are not on the agenda or that are on the agenda for discussion and not for action. 15 minutes will be provided for a call to the audience agenda item unless the chair requests an exception to this limit. Have we received any speaker cards on this item? All right. MAG also provides, there have been no speaker cards received, just so that that gets in there. MAG also provides the opportunity for members of the public to submit written comments via the MAG website. On June 9th, 2023, changes were made to the process for accepting and sharing written comments from members of the public not attending in person. Any comments received 2 hours prior to the meeting have been shared with committee members in advance of the meeting for consideration and will be included in the formal meeting minutes. Staff, have we received any online written comments for the call to the audience?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We did receive 2 comments online prior to the change on June 9th. They will be read aloud per the prior policy. Our first comment is from Brady Gordon from Mesa, Arizona. Begin comment. Timing streetlights and monitoring freeway ramps are good uses of tech. Technology for technology's sake can result in unintended consequences. Trading the combustion engine for an EV supports child slavery, results in battery technology that is not recyclable, and vehicle fires that are not easily extinguished. Our grid is not ready for widespread tech implementation. Please consider the aftermath of implementing tech before deploying it for the sake of advancement. End comment. Our second comment is from Dennis Lyles, also of Mesa, Arizona. Begin comment. Management of traffic based on political aims versus commuter needs is subject to a small group determining what's best for the commuting public at large. Implementing a central system comprises a single point of failure versus the distributed method we have today. For example, electronic communication signs on the freeways are not updated in a timely manner, causing potential detours to arterial streets and increased arterial congestion when in fact there was no existing incident. If signs can't be updated in a timely and efficient manner, how will you manage an entire system effectively? In addition, all systems are subject to human error and potential failure and abuse. Centralized control reeks of empire building versus implementing systems that serve the commuting public. End comment.
Thank you, Chris. Now we'll move on to item number 3, which is the project manager's report. MAG Senior Transportation Project Manager Jeff Jank will provide a report on items of general interest to the ITS committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, member of the ITS committee. There are 4 items on my report today. Next slide, please. The first item, I would like to invite the program manager for the ITS, the MAG, Safety and Transportation Program, to provide this update on the reorganization.
Thank you, Jeff and Mr. Chair and members of the Intelligent Transportation Systems Committee. A lot of you are well aware that we've had some key departures in staff in the ITS or the TISMO group here at MAG. And due to that reduced staff and some current uncertainty with future funding, MAG has joined or combined the ITS and Safety Committee. Some of you have been on this committee long enough to know that prior to 2018, it was a joint program. So in effect, we're getting the band back together, right? So the newly formed Transportation Safety and Operations Program will be led by me, and Jeff has joined the team as a Senior Transportation Project Manager. And this is in order to continue to facilitate successful ITS projects and provide resources to the member agencies with the help of safety staff as well. So you may see some new faces. Here in the room with us is Chris Gottsacker. He will be helping staff the ITS committee meetings. If you have any questions or needs, please, you can talk to Chris about that. And in addition to that, Chris will also be helping staff with the TSOP projects. Mohammed already has been doing that, so he will continue to do that along with Jeff. So I just want to let you know that we do have our TSOP projects covered, and we look forward to working with you all moving forward with a seamless transition. Thank you.
Thank you, Margaret. The next item on my report is the federal update. I'd like to invite the FHWA AZ Division, Kieran Jordan, to provide this update.
Thank you, Jeff. There are currently 3 active federal funding discretionary grants that I'll go over momentarily. And this slide just serves as a reminder of the application due dates that are coming up. Next slide, please. The PROTECT grant is intended to fund projects that address the climate crisis by improving the resilience of the surface transportation system, including highways, public transportation, ports, and intercity passenger rail. The bipartisan infrastructure law grants $250 million a year to make surface transportation more resilient to natural hazards. Applications are due August 18th. Next slide, please. The Multimodal Project Discretionary Grant Program, or the MPDG grant, provides approximately 5.5 billion in funding from the bipartisan infrastructure law. It is for projects of regional or national significance that strengthen supply chains, spur economic development, and improve safety in daily life. The grant combines the mega, infra, and rural grant programs into one notice of funding to allow applicants to apply for one, two, or all three grants at a time. Applications are due August 21st. Next slide, please. The Advanced Digital Construction Management Systems Grant, or the ADCMS grant, which is a competitive discretionary grant focused on accelerating the adoption of advanced technologies. These technologies may be applied throughout the construction lifecycle, including through design, engineering, construction, and operation phases. It maximizes interoperability with other systems, products, tools, or applications that boost productivity, manage complexity, and reduces project delays and cost overruns, as well as enhances safety and quality. Applications are due August 28th. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Kieran. Next slide, please. Well, this item is to provide an update on this upcoming ITS on-call call for qualifications. As you know, that the current ITS on-call is a combined ITS and safety on-call that has been extended and will soon expire next June 30th of next year. So this on-call is planned to be advertised in fall of 2023. The proposal will be due somewhere near that time. Proposal evaluation will take place during the winter, as well as the MAC approval process, which typically takes more than a month. We expect that to happen in the spring of 2024, and then expect the new contract to be executed July 1st of the next year. Next slide, please. This item provides an update on the projects ongoing and planned. As I previously provided update on the TSOP of 2023, there are 11 projects total. There were 2 projects that carry forward into this new year. And those 2 projects are mostly completed. They are waiting for the final stage to implement the signal timing plan. So we are looking at September or October timeframe to complete the remainder of the 2 projects. There is a new study will soon be debuted. That is a connected vehicle regional strategy study, and that is the ITS on-call project. And we expect that to start somewhere around mid-August. And this is an exciting study that will develop some regional governance on the connected vehicle implementation for the future. The next upcoming is the 2024 TSOP project. Do expect a call for project sometime in early September. And the rough schedule shows that we're looking at the ITS approval, ITS committee approval sometime in October, November timeframe, and then the rest of the approval by the MAC committee. The new task order is expected sometime in the beginning of the new year, and the project will start in the springtime. Next slide, please. I think that concluded my report.
Thank you, Jeff. Please contact Jeff after the meeting if you have any questions regarding his report. Now we'll move on to item 4, approval of minutes. For the Intelligent Transportation System Committee that was held on June 7th of 2023. I'll give one moment if anybody wants to take a quick look at the minutes. After you've had enough time taking a quick look at the minutes, if anyone would like to go ahead and make any revisions or comments, feel free to speak up. Okay. Next, I'd like to see if we have received any requests to speak cards for approval of the minutes for the June 7th, 2023 meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have received no speaker card requests nor written comments for the minutes.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the minutes for June 7th of 2023 of the ITS committee meeting?
Move to approve.
We have a move to approve by Bruce Littleton with City of Phoenix.
I second. This is Tony Abbo.
Well, we have competing. All right. Tony Abbo with the City of Glendale has seconded that motion. We will have those participating in the meeting now take part. And this is a little bit of a new process, so listen up here. We'll now have those participating in the meeting online now take part in the voice vote by turning on their cameras and unmuting their audio. We need to see the faces of everyone to participate in the voice vote. This is to speed up the voting process. For those who cannot or do not want to turn on their cameras, staff will conduct a roll call vote. Staff will only call on those participants who did not turn on their cameras. Members, please leave your cameras on until after the roll call vote so that staff can count the people's names whose cameras are not on. I'll give you a moment to turn your cameras on if you wish. All right. Can I have a voice vote of those in the room and those online? Those in favor, say aye.
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 Those opposed, say nay. MAG staff, can you take a roll call of the members participating virtually who did not turn on their cameras?
We have Ward Stanford, City of Avondale,
Approve.
Brendan Forey, City of Peoria, my apologies. Marshall Regal,
Abstain.
Raquel Schatz, City of Avondale, or sorry, City of Apache Junction,
Abstained.
Tessa Wessel from City of El Mirage.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out my camera situation. I approve. Do you want me to turn on my camera now?
You don't need to turn it on right now because he went ahead and polled you, but next, if you turn your camera on, he won't need to.
Okay, that's good.
Have I missed anyone that did not turn on their camera and is online for the voting?
All right. If there's anyone, as Ryan said, that did not get a chance to vote, please speak up now. Okay, thank you, Ryan. We'll move on to item number 5. Oh, with that, the minutes have been approved. All right, item number 5 will be presented by the MAG RCN Program Manager, Ryan Gish. This item is on the agenda for recommendation of approval. I would like to invite MAG Senior Transportation Project Manager, Jeff Jank, to provide an introduction for this item.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, member of the ITS committee. fiber optic communication is essential to our ability to manage traffic these days. We're thankful to have the MAC RCN program manager, Ryan Gish, to spearhead our fiber optic upgrade task force. That is part of our priority of the MAC SMNO plan. So let me introduce Mr. Ryan Gish.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the ITS committee. I'd like to give a quick update here, a brief update on our most recent task force. Next slide, please, Chris. From our last, I guess since we hadn't had a meeting in 2 months or a few months out, some of the stuff is from last fiscal year, but our last project we had completed was the City of Phoenix fiber extension along 19th Avenue. Again, this was completed right before the end of the fiscal year, so that was a definite bonus on there. It was about 3.5 miles of fiber. That fiber was previously purchased, so that helped reduce some of the costs. This was some of the fiber that you guys had approved to be purchased about a year and a half ago. So good use of that. This trunk line or this upgrade benefits City of Phoenix, the RCN, and also McDOT. This major trunk line will support traffic communications and a pathway up to Deer Valley Airport. Aside from that, end of year funds, we were able to purchase some 24 count branch cable that we're going to use on some future projects. Next slide, please. Next slide, Chris, sorry, that's okay. All right, and then that was previous updates. The task force also went through and approved would like to propose 2 projects for approval today. The first one is with the City of Tempe. It's a fiber path along Elliott Road. It's a short little one, probably about a half a mile. This would be upgrading the existing 6 count fiber that had been crushed and reduced to 2. So we're hoping to upgrade that to a 24 count and improve that trunk line along the way. This one will also help with aid in some of their with the I-10 Broadway curve construction that keeps adding failures up and down for their major trunk line. So this would support Tempe, Phoenix, and also the RCN. Next slide, please. And our last one proposed is with the City of Apache Junction. This is a fiber path along Ironwood Drive. This would be about 3.5 miles of fiber. I would be using existing 144 count fiber that we'd purchased before. This would also include a regional tie-in to Mesa at some point through an IGA. This would be benefiting Apache Junction, Mesa, ADOT, and also the RCN. I would like to leave it up. We have members from both agencies from Tempe and Apache Junction. If anybody has any questions, leave it up to them. Next slide. And that's all I have, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Do any of the members have any questions or comments?
Ryan, just a quick question. I saw that at Elliott, you're crossing underneath I-10 to the other side. That'll connect to the ADOT there.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Is there any thought to extend that to the first signal in Phoenix?
No, I don't know that we had
Okay.
proposed that. I'm not even sure if there's conduit in that pathway though.
No, I don't think there is. Okay. This was just fiber.
Yeah, this is just fiber because we have to do it with existing conduit in place.
If you get the conduit in ahead of time, it may be a consideration.
I got crews starting next week then. No, we'll talk if we can make that happen, but at this point, no, I don't think there's any fiber. So, I mean, any conduit.
All right, are there any other comments or questions from the group? All right, I have not received any requests to speak cards for agenda item number 5. Right. Staff, have we received any online written comments related to agenda item number 5?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have received no written comments for this agenda item.
Thank you, Chris. Is there a motion for recommendation for approval for agenda item number 5?
This is Micah with City Mesa. I vote to approve both these projects.
All right, we have a motion by City of Mesa to approve Agenda item number 5. Do we have a second?
This is Albert Garcia, City of Surprise. I will second the motion.
All right, Albert Garcia with the City of Surprise has seconded the motion. We will have those participating in the meeting online now take part in the voice vote by turning on their cameras and unmuting their audio. For those who cannot or do not want to do so on their cameras, we'll conduct a roll call vote similar to the last one. Members, please leave your cameras on until after the roll call vote. That helps with tallying everybody up. So can I have a voice vote of those in the room and those online? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. MAG staff, can you please take a roll call of the members participating virtually who did not turn on their cameras?
Marshall Regal, Town of Queen Creek.
Yay.
Ward Stanford, City of Avondale.
Yay, or approval.
Is there anyone that we missed?
All right. With that, we'll go ahead and approve, item, I gotta remember which one, item number 5, which is the information, discussion, and action to recommend approval of FY 2023 Regional Upgrade Support Project for the City of Apache Junction and City of Tempe. Thank you. Now we'll proceed on to item number 6, which is the report by committee members. Item number 6 is for information only. I would like to invite any member of the MAG ITS committee to report on ongoing ITS related projects, activities in their jurisdiction. We will begin with those here in person, and then MAG staff will use the roll sheet to request member reports from those attending virtually. I guess we can go ahead and start with the City of Phoenix with Bruce Littleton.
I want to thank this committee for allowing us to do fiber. We are moving forward with fiber. The Indian School is about ready to be active or is active. The one on Baseline is coming next, and we've started the design for 7th Street, and the one it'll go along McDowell and down 91st Ave and not only serve us, but serve McDOT and Palisade. So projects in the works and getting near design for the 2 that are currently in design and near completion for those in construction. Thanks.
Alyssa Dahl, City of Chandler.
For our air project, we have all 83 installed at our intersections, and they're up and running and up on our website, and we're working with the region now to get them connected so everyone else can utilize that information.
Thank you, Alyssa. Is there anything new from ASU, from Simon?
Yeah, so from ASU, I think we are working with the City of Phoenix. Simon also here. We have IGA in place. Maybe Simon, you want to say something about the Arterials pilot study or not?
You're welcome to come up and speak.
Yeah.
An update on the project. And this is Simon with the City of Phoenix that's going to be speaking.
Hello, members of the committee, chair, thank you. Quick update where we're working on the evaluation to evaluate the clear guide system platform. So for the use of traffic management and also smart enforcement. That said, we're going to hope to find the use of their performance measures. One, to identify corridors that are going above and below speed limits. So identifying congestion levels, queue analysis. I believe that's it. Travel times as well.
All right. And because I'm not completely familiar with all of that, I'm assuming it's in conjunction with ASU, which is why.
We form a coalition because ASU
right.
is performing the evaluation for this emerging technology.
All right. Well, that's exciting. Anything else?
Yes.
All right. Kiran, anything new from FHWA?
Nothing from FHWA.
All right. Mr. Micah Henry, is there anything from City of Mesa?
We are midway through our installation of new video detection cameras. We had 50 locations. And we are basically upgrading legacy equipment that is long overdue for being replaced. So the fun fact for that one is that we are configuring each approach to be able to provide turning movement counts. And we worked with Econolite. They provided a spreadsheet that will be able to import the data from the cameras and be able to regurgitate nice turning movement counts. So we did a trial run for that and saw that it worked. So we're configuring all of them for that. If we can get good numbers out of that, that'll be the MO going forward. That's all I've got.
Thank you, Micah. I'll go ahead and report for the town of Gilbert. This is Mike Sutton with the town of Gilbert. Similar to Micah, we have completed a project in this past year that was similar to that, and we've had very good results with the counts as well. And we have a couple other projects that are moving along. You know, they're with ADOT right now, and they should potentially be bid out soon for additional cameras and PTZs to supplement some of what's already been done. And there also is a project related to for fiber mapping, and then also another project that's related to the ATMS, you know, type component. And things are moving along well. And thanks again for everyone's support, you know, with those projects. Next, we'll have Albert Garcia report on City of Surprise.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just one small update. Last week, we did turn on our 66th traffic signal. We are averaging about 5 to 6 a year, and that growth is expected to last for at least the next 5 years. So we will definitely be leveraging the TSOP program to help optimize the corridors where these new signals are placed. Thank you.
Well, and I'll just make one quick second thanks to MAG staff. I was going to say that earlier too, for their lean, you know, current approach. I'm sure that someday we will fill those positions, but with helping us out with that, because they have been hugely successful in Gilbert as well, those TSOP projects. Next, we have Steve McKenzie from City of Peoria.
Just a couple updates. We have started a TMC upgrade project with local funds. And we turned on our 140th signal last Thursday. And we're averaging about 6 to 7 a year as well. So there'll be many more this coming year. I'll have some updates next month, most likely on a bunch of other projects that we're just waiting to kick off.
All right. Next, we have Ellie from City of Tempe.
Thanks. A couple quick updates. So we are working on initiating a wall upgrade project. We still have some old projector screens in there that we're going to replace. We also, this Thursday, will be replacing all of our old next phase controllers that are on the light rail system with new D4s, so that can handle those peer-to-peer communications a lot better. And then the final one is that we have been working with the IAM, part of the Arizona Commerce Commission, and they are willing to help us purchase a LiDAR detector by Velodyne is the name of the company. Oh, sorry, they were bought recently. Oyster, OISTER. We just have to work out an IGA, but we're going to put that in at baseline and I-10 and see how that goes.
All right. Thank you, Ellie. Now, if MAG staff could go ahead and poll those members online, that would be great. Or
If I may, just really quickly, Mr. Chair, members of the committee, MAG actually has another really heads up. We have been working to convene a peer exchange coordination group, and this is related to the IIJA discretionary funds for safe roads and streets for all. You may have heard of SS4A, that's what that stands for. So we initially sent out the invitation to convene this group or to see who would be interested in participating in that group. And again, it's just really an exchange of information about, you know, developing applications, how to, you know, how to administer some of the post grant activities. And we had initially sent it out to Safety Committee, Streets Committee, Active Transportation Committee. But I have received some interest from not necessarily members of this committee, but the ITS group. And so we'll probably be sending that invitation out to you as well before I start planning on those meetings. So just to kind of give you a heads up about that, that'll come through Jeff.
Did you have any comment on that, Jeff? Are you good?
I'm good.
All right. Thank you, Margaret. And I would recommend, I'm fairly close with, the members from Gilbert that sit on, the safety committee. And so try to collaborate if you know who it is. If not, reach out within your city, find out who it is, or ask Margaret, and make sure that you're, touching base with them on that as well.
And to that point, there's absolutely nothing that says that two members from one agency can't participate. So it'll
Awesome.
be good to get that ITS collaboration as well.
It's the most important part. We all know. Just kidding. But anyways, so next, if you could go ahead and pull the members online, if they have any updates from their agencies.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We'll start with Susan Anderson, ADOT.
Hey, good morning, everyone. One exciting news that I want to share with everyone today is ADOT has successfully acquired the RIDIS platform. And for those of you that may not be familiar with it, I suggest you go check out the RIDIS information with the University of Maryland. RIDIS is the Regional Integrated Transportation Information System. It's a platform that we can bring in data from various sources to use for analysis, and of course, a data visualization tool as well. ADOT is currently working to bring in data from NREX, as well as several of our systems under the Chameleon system for us, which includes our CCTVs, DMS boards, the wrong way detection program, and our dust detection program. After that, we're looking to bring in the information from our ramp metering MaxView system. And then beyond that, we've got even more going. So everything that's under our IBI system. So it'd be the Spielman CAD data, the ERS, and all of the mapping that goes along with that. And once we get all of that built up, we'll look into bringing in the work zone data and traffic signal info. And we know we still have more data sources that we want to look as well, but we're excited at this point to have that platform available to us. So we look forward to bringing our lessons learned to the ITS committee in the future. My other announcement, just for all of you who have probably worked with John Roberts of my team, he is actually retiring from ADOT and his last day will be August 10th. So if you wish to reach out to him, do that soon. We know that we'll miss him dearly, but we're very excited for his retirement. Well-deserved. Anyways, that's all my announcements. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Next, we have Hugh Bioc, City of Goodyear.
Nothing for Goodyear. Thank you.
We have a request for a question briefly from Jeff Jenk.
Susan, thanks for providing an update on that procurement meritus. Previously, ADOT has graciously shared the access of the INRIX data platform with the remainder of this region. So is it the same arrangement with the RITIS? Will the other jurisdiction get to use this platform?
I will have to check on that one, Jeff. I know at this point, we're just still trying to figure out how we're going to be using it all. So once we understand the need of the rest of the agencies throughout the state and what our options are. So we'll be in touch.
Great, thanks.
Okay, next we have David Lucas from Maricopa County DOT.
Good morning, everyone. Just a couple of quick updates from McDodd. We're doing an add-on to the recent adaptive installation that was completed along all of Dunlap. The focus on this is going to be getting ATS-PM data from the InSync system. There's some additional work that has to be done in order to get that data. So that's a new task order that was recently added to the scope of that project. So that work is just beginning. The RADS re-architect project, we encountered some delays with power and some other issues. Those have been resolved. So the hardware has been installed, the network configuration and the software installation is underway, and hope to have that completed in the next couple months. And then finally, we recently added a couple new staff to our team. We have a new ITS network engineer that's going to increase our in-house network capabilities and management of our network. And we also have a new ITS technology engineer. And that's all I have.
Thank you, David. Marshall Regal, Town of Queen Creek.
Yeah, we completed, we're about to complete the detector validation study that we've been working on with ADOT and the Channel Light vendor. So hopefully there'll be an opportunity to present that shortly. We started the design on our fiber, north fiber and south fiber rings to bring another about 40 miles of fiber to the town. And there's a town-funded fiber infrastructure evaluation project underway. And hopefully one of the outputs of that will be a specification to purchase a fiber management software system. That's the updates.
Thank you, Marshall. Raquel Schatz, City of Apache Junction.
Nothing new to report from the city of Apache Junction.
Thank you, Raquel. Ward Stanford, City of Avondale.
Morning, everyone. Little update on our Dysart Arid project. After many months, we finally received all the components for that project, and hopefully in about 30, 40 days, we'll start actually installing those, and maybe by the end of the year, be able to get it online and find some use out of it. Other than that, that's about all the updates. Thank you.
Thank you, Ward. Tessa Wessel, City of El Mirage. Tessa, are you there? John Willett, City of Buckeye.
Good morning, everybody. I'll make these quick as possible. We did activate a new traffic signal the other day in front of our Costco. I'm not sure what total that brings us to. We have another signal that should be turned on hopefully this week or early next week, just pending some final striping being installed on the roadway. We have kicked off our ADOT project to install the conduit and fiber on Yuma and Verado roads. So we'll start getting some interconnection occurring. We did meet with Goodyear and they shared some good, useful information with us on how to, basically connect our fiber and get everything done right. And also start the process of maybe having a agreement with them where they can, we can dial into our signals through a back door on their system. That's just in the early preliminary discussions. And I have talked to others on the committee about strongly encourage that we need to create some kind of interim or virtual TOC that Buckeye needs to get done. So I may pick people's brains down the road on how we do that. And lastly, we have added another person to our group, Anissa Gerard from ADOT. Most of you may have worked with her at some time. She was the ADOT regional traffic person. She came on board and started this week, and we're in the process of hopefully adding some more people to help me because I am a little overloaded. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, John. And lastly, Marty Zeich, Valley Metro.
Nothing new to report this month from Valley Metro.
Mr. Chair, can I ask a question?
We have
So-
another question from Jeff Jank with MAG.
Here's a question for John. Thanks for the nice update on the fiber project. Just help me understand that the City of Goodyear will be hosting your traffic signal as part of their system while you have the separate control over. Is that correct?
It's something along those lines, Jeff. The fiber connection going in is down Yuma, which is an east-west route, and then it connects to Verado Way that connects to ADOT. Bruce Dressel had mentioned a while back in talking to him that there's a possibility that 6 fibers in the ADOT fiber path could be temporarily loaned to us, that we could run down I-10 and then run a connection over to Goodyear's. That's still to be determined. We did put a conduit in the ITS conduit for Buckeyes use on I-10 down the road. We may just not put that fiber in, i.e. tomorrow. We may just use some of the extra fibers that ADOT had put in as part of that I-10 project. The intent with Goodyear is if the what if scenario happened, i.e. ADOT had to close I-10 and route traffic onto Buckeye streets, if we couldn't get in quick enough, actually we back up a little bit. The intent of the connection with Goodyear is they wouldn't necessarily be able to touch and modify our signals, but it would give us a backdoor to try to go into their TOC and their software, and then backdoor in to see our signals via their system, because it would be connected and hosted on a server at their location. Still working out the logistics, so I'm not sure it's all going to play out just yet. And it may be a very, very short-term scenario, because in the meantime, our transportation department is moving to a new building off of Roosevelt and Verado, and we may just put a hardline connection from the Verado Way ITS into that building and just do it ourselves. So we're just looking at exploring options until we get to that ultimate scenario.
Thanks for the clarification, John.
Okay.
I want to point out in the region, I mean, there is a need for the smaller agency to manage their traffic signal. And I know Simon Ramos previously has shared with me a similar convention arrangement set up between the Phoenix and the Western city that interface with Phoenix, that Phoenix was able to help manage some of those signals. And I think this has been something that we have been talking about in the long run, that, you know, this region got so many different centralized traffic management systems. And for some of the smaller agencies, it might take years before they are ready to have their system. So this could be a good interim solutions, you know, as a way to help out with those cities.
Thank you, Jeff. And I'll just second that with, if you go way back, everybody can remember the center to center, you know, projects that were taking place, and some were in favor, some weren't, whatever. But I think we're all in favor of sharing that data regionally, so that at some point we don't, you know, when they ask for our timing sheets, they can just get them and we don't have to keep sending them over or something else. So I mean, that is still a valid effort. And I know there are still others that are, you know, working towards that. Was that the last one? I'm not sure.
We still have Tony Abbo from City of Glendale.
And I thought you had forgot me, you know, so
Never.
Thank you. Just a couple of quick updates. We met with Daktronics yesterday. We're looking at redoing the video wall on our in our traffic management center. So I'll have some more information as we get a little bit further in that endeavor. And then the project for the detection upgrades on 59th Avenue corridor and Glendale Avenue corridor within the city of Glendale are slated to start at the end of this month, and hopefully it will all be completed within a couple of months by November. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Tony. Have I missed anyone online?
All righty. With that, if there are no more questions for anyone from the information that was presented by the different agencies, we'll move on to item number 7. Item number 7 is for information only. Do any members of the MAG ITS committee have topics or issues of interest that you would like to have considered for discussion at a future meeting, please indicate by unmuting to be recognized. You can also send your request to Jeff or myself via email, be added to a future agenda.
Okay, Mike, I got some. This is Micah with City Mesa. There's a few of us agencies that are looking at renovating our TMC. It would be cool if we could find someone, an agency who's recently done this, not necessarily in our community, but anywhere, that could talk about their successes, costs, specs, and things like that. I know that there's a few agencies that are getting ready to go through this process, and we are a year away from that. So I don't know if that's a possibility, but I would find that beneficial greatly if we could explore it at least.
And
Go
like,
ahead, Jeff.
I
Looks
did
like you want to
mention-
say something. Oh, go ahead.
I was just
Sorry.
gonna say, we're starting our upgrade right now. So we just gone through the process of figuring out how to upgrade.
And we did a remodel and kind of a refurbishment 2018, 2019 timeframe. So not super recent, but not distant history either.
In Gilbert, they're talking, they don't know where they're going to be at yet, but they're talking about building a new building, potentially. And obviously some of that would go into it as well. As far as, some of your ideas or wishes or wants, we would be interested in that also. Maybe we could put something together to compile, if nothing else, some bullet points of important items to consider, Go ahead, Jeff.
Great. I think this is a great topic because the TMC is just like any IT type of system that really require the cyclical update, 5, 6, 7 year, so and then that is a constant need, around the valley that all agencies deploy that. So there are several modules up when we say we update it. There are video, there are traffic control aspect, communication, and other. I think this will be a good subject for our future. We could use the on-call to do a good summary of what everybody has found out, and we'll gather those cost data and some of the lessons learned, and I think that will benefit all of us, even though you might not be thinking about the update right now.
Was there anything else from either those present or those online?
Micah, this is Ward. Here in Avondale, we did a recent upgrade of our monitors, but back when they built our TOC EOC, and it's primarily an EOC used for the races, but it's they had built it to be multi-jurisdictional. So we have the MCSO, we have ADOT, we have State DOT, and some of the others in there during the race times. And the communications that they put together for all that might be of value to you in your effort in integrating all those different sources and what products are using to do that. Unfortunately, the original project manager is no longer here, but our IT department has taken it over and making the changes. And we could put you in touch with them if that seemed like it might have value.
Thanks, Ward.
Are there any other comments or questions? With that, we'll go ahead and move on to agenda item number 8. The next meeting date and place. The next meeting of the MAG ITS committee will be held at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, September 6th, 2023. Attendance in person is encouraged. It's fun. In MAG, the second floor Ironwood room, virtual options will be available. And if there are no other comments with that, this meeting has been adjourned.